Have you ever wanted a really cool secret base in Minecraft Bedrock?
Well, then let me introduce you to this 3x3 staircase door. Now, this door is really good because it moves the entire staircase out of the way. And it looks cool, so you can impress your friends. And it's not the hardest door you can make. It's actually surprisingly easy for its size. And basically, you can hide whatever you want down below or in the chest above. And it's very simple to do. So, if you want to see how to build it, why don't we just jump right into this tutorial?
So, the first thing we're going to go over is the materials. Now, I don't have the numbers on these three blocks. I'll put a big number right there so you can actually figure out what you need. But I don't actually have the numbers right now, so I won't mention the actual numbers. Like the repeaters, I don't have the full numbers on. There's too many to count. So, once I get the full numbers, I'll write them down here or I'll put them in a small font right here, just like these numbers. But the ones I do have numbers on, I'll mention the numbers for it. So the first thing you're going to need is a lot of stone brick, or any solid block actually works. Stone brick just looks the nicest, but you can also use concrete for labeling everything. Then you can also use cobblestone. You just cannot use blocks like glass or a few others, but you just can't use those. The next thing you can get is three of the same blocks as your stairs. You could technically get away with not using the same block, but I suggest you use three of the same blocks as your stairs. The next thing we're going to need is you're going to need 12 of your stairs. They can be any stair because they all function exactly the same. You want all spruce stairs if you have spruce stairs. Then you're going to need 4 observers, 11 pistons, 10 sticky pistons, 2 copper bulbs. Doesn't matter what type of copper bulb. You can use whatever. It could even be the green one. Then you need 1 block of redstone, 2 comparators, your redstone repeaters. I'll have the number down here. Redstone dust, same thing. Then you're going to need 6 redstone torches and 1 lever. So you may see that I've already done this wall, but that's just so you know a reference point. The other thing you're going to see is that I also don't have all the blocks in my inventory. That's because I'm going to split this up into sections. So it's easier to digest and you'll know what you need for each section. Instead of having to have all the blocks on you at once, you'll just need it in sections. So you'll see that you need all these. Don't mind these, they're not important for this, they're for the next section. But you're going to need all your blocks. You're going to need a bunch of these blocks, not just the 3. Then you're going to need 12 of your staircases right there. And that's all you're going to need for right now because we're going to do the most important part. Build the staircase. So you're going to want to place your staircases where you want them, right there. And then one more. And there. Make sure this is a 3x3 like I just built. So you'll notice you have 3 left. Now you may think, oh, I screwed up. No, you didn't. That is because you're going to need them for something else. Actually, something pretty important to, because it actually saves us a lot of redstone. If we didn't do this, it would cost a lot more. So, what you're going to need is you're going to need to place your staircases just like this. So, place the staircases all facing away from these out here. Then you're going to place it right here. Then you're going to stop 1 block off and remove those blocks. And you'll see that's what you should have. Then you can build the rest of your wall just like this. And then you can go all the way up if you so choose. It's up to you. Just like this. And you can even fill in the blocks that aren't right next to the staircases. So the staircases, you can fill in this block, and then here too. But if you see a staircase in that block or this gap, don't fill it in. And there you go. Now you got the staircase set up.
So now, on to the fun part, the redstone. Now, this first part, we're actually going to do the activation. Now, you may see my inventory and think, oh, that's a lot of stuff. Not really, because this is all it is. I'll actually make this easier to read. But this is all you're going to need to know. So you're going to need your building blocks for your redstone. So where you place your redstone on. Then you're going to need both of your copper bulbs, one of your observers, both of your comparators, 6 repeaters. Then you're going to need redstone dust. You're going to need 14 of them, 1 redstone torch, and 1 lever. So what you're going to need to know first, you're going to need to go 12 blocks from your staircase, place your lever, then go on the other side, place a block, redstone dust, make sure it's on the opposite side of the lever so that when you flick it, you'll get this. Then come right next to the redstone dust here and go 1 block down and redstone dust there. Then break this block, place redstone dust here. You may have to break this block just temporarily, place a redstone torch, then cover it up. And that part is for the closing of the door. Don't worry, we're not actually going to do that right now. I'm going to leave that for last because it's the easiest part to do, and it'll just reset the door for you. Now, on to the activation, because this part's weird. So, what you're going to need on this side of the block, you're going to place 2 4-tick repeaters right here, then place a copper bulb right here. Then place a comparator out this side, redstone dust right here, and this should all be in a straight line. Just like this. Now make sure these repeaters are facing that way, and you can tell by the one that doesn't move is the direction it's facing. So see how this one moves? That means this is the way it's facing. Just so you can figure that out. Now, you're going to use your 1 observer. So behind the observer, you're going to place 2 redstone dust. You're going to place your second copper bulb. Place your last comparator right there. Then place 4-tick repeater out here. 4-tick repeater out here. Redstone dust. Then you're going to place redstone dust. Redstone dust. A 4-tick repeater here. And a 2-tick repeater there. And that's it for the activation. Now you may say, what does this actually do? So what happens here is you need to activate the pistons to push it across, but then you need to deactivate them so that they move out of the way. So the staircase will be out of the way, and then the pistons will be out of the way. And you need to do that with 1 signal. So what you do is you build this contraption. And you'll see it has a little time. Then you flick it again, and there you go. Voila. Perfect. Now it's all reset. Now we can get on to the second part, the opening of the door. Now, this next section may be very complicated, so I hope you just follow along. If you follow along, you won't get lost, but it is a little weird because I have to power a sticky piston in a funky way to get it to work properly. So it may seem weird the way I do it, but it's just basically a constraint of space. That's the only reason I do it. So if it seems confusing, that's why. But with that out of the way, you're actually not going to need any building blocks for this small part of this. We're going to do this in multiple sections because it's probably easier to understand in multiple sections of the extension. So the first one we're going to do is you're going to need 2 observers, 9 of your sticky pistons, 1 repeater, 13 redstone dust, and 2 redstone torches. Then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, right outside of your comparator. Then place 1 repeater at 4 ticks. Then you're going to place 1, 2, 3 redstone dust. Place 1 this way, 1 this way, 1 this way, 1 this way,
And then you're going to go right here and place one. Then you're going to place one observer here and the other observer right here. Now, this part's not for this exact part, but it sets up for the next part. That's why I do that. So you're going to need both observers like that. Then you're going to go down like this, break one block here and one block here, and you may want to break this block. You can actually temporarily remove this stair just for a second. Then you're going to place your redstone torch, redstone dust right there off the redstone torch. Place a block here. It could be dirt, it can be anything else. Then place a redstone torch right there. Now you can cover this area up. Do not cover that spot. If you do, you will cause a redstone clock and it will end horribly for both of us. So just fill this in. And then you can place your floor block here. So, like, whatever your floor is, you can fill in the entire area if you so choose. I'll just do that right now, just around here. So I don't have to come back to it. There. Now that you got your floor, place your block. Or place your stair back. And then you can remove your stair. And now you're done with that part. But now you can come back around, place a sticky piston here, sticky piston here, then sticky piston here, and then do the same one block higher. So here, here, and then do the same one block higher again. 1, 2. Just like that. They should all be facing into the wall and actually into your staircases. So it should be exactly the same level. Now, the reason we had to do this first, the redstone down here first, was because we can't reach it after we place all the sticky pistons. So that's why. Now we can actually jump into this part. For this next part, we're actually going to skip powering these temporarily, but we're going to do something that is quite important to the full powering. Because as you can see, the piston activated actually out here. So the way I did that, because it's kind of hard to power a piston way out there without bud pistons, I actually moved a redstone block. So you'll see that you'll need these blocks. You're going to need the solid block of your choice, obviously for your building on your redstone. You're going to need your wall blocks, so whatever blocks you want for your wall right here. Then you're going to want 1 block of redstone, 2 pistons. Then you're going to want your last sticky piston, 3 repeaters, 23 redstone dust, and then 3 redstone torches. And then once you've got all that, you're going to place your redstone dust right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Then you're going to place 1 right there. So it should look like this. Then you're going to place a 2-tick repeater right there, and then a 4-tick repeater right there. Then you can place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. So 6 redstone dust across. Then place a block here and a redstone torch there. Now, on to the next part. You're going to want to place a piston right here. So this should be 1 block back from the stair or your final step, then 1 block over, and it should be 1 block lower. So 2 blocks actually over, but 1 block lower. Then you're going to do the exact same on this side. Then you're going to place a redstone block, or then you're going to place your redstone block right there. Your sticky piston goes right here. Then you're going to place block here and a block here. Then you're going to place your redstone torch right there and a redstone torch right there. Then you're going to place your redstone right here, just like this. Redstone all the way down, just like this. Then place redstone into this block.
Before you place this redstone dust, you're actually going to want to place a 3-tick repeater here. Then place 1, 2, 3. Do not place one in front of this piston. Then you can place the redstone dust.
And now you've got your block swapper. Now you may think, oh, this isn't a block swapper. It is. It's a weird one, but it is. It is a block swapper. I actually had to watch my own video to build this. It may be linked in the top right if I remember to do so. But that's it for this section. Now we get to power this part. Now we're gonna also do this part in sections, but it's for a really good reason. The reason is because you don't want to do this one all together because it is a big conglomerate. I'll just tell you that now. It is a pain to do if you do it all together. So we're gonna do it in pieces. So the first thing we're gonna do is you're gonna place a 2-tick repeater right there, redstone dust here, and place a block here, then redstone dust just like that. Then we're going to place a 3-tick repeater here, 3-tick repeaters here, then 2 3-tick repeaters here. Then place redstone dust here, and then we're going to come to this side of the piston, right here, place a block right there. Now place 3 repeaters, just like that, and place these on 4 ticks, and this on 2 ticks. So most of the bottom should work. There's one thing we have to do next, and actually we did part of that one, but we'll actually have to do one more part left.
Now on to the final part of the activation. Not the final part of all, though it is pretty close because the closing of the door pretty fast. So, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get 22 redstone dust, 13 repeaters, 1 observer, a bunch of blocks that you can place stuff on. And then once you've got all that, you're going to want to break down 1 block behind this area, then break in here, just like this, all the way until you reach about the piston level. Should be 1 block short, so where the rest of the repeaters are. Then you're going to place 2 repeaters at 3 ticks each, then place redstone dust, just like that. Then you can fill in the rest, just like that. And you'll see everything there. Now, with that, your bottom piston is done, or your bottom thing is done. So, you can actually get rid of this block. As you can see, I've done this multiple times. You can get rid of that block, but now we have the next part, which is getting these 2 to fully work, because they can't work. They don't have anything to actually power them. So, what you're going to need to do is you're going to place 3 blocks on top of this middle one, right there. Then, you're going to place blocks all the way down, just like that. Same thing here, and same thing here. Just like that. Then place redstone dust right there. Then place a 3-tick repeater here, 3-tick repeater here, 3-tick repeater here, then 3 ticks here, 3 ticks here, and 3 ticks here. So it should match exactly the same pattern as down here. Then redstone dust, connecting them all. Now, we've just got the 1 final part left, and then your activation will be done. Your closing, on the other hand, we'll be doing that right after. So, what you're going to need to do is place a block there, block here, then go right till you're on the observer, then place a block right next to the observer, just like this, block here, then place a block here, and a block here. Then place 1 on this last piston, just like that, and place 2 repeaters, both at 3 ticks, 3 ticks like that, 3 ticks there, then redstone dust, all the way down, just like that. Now, you've got a few more redstone dust and stuff to place. The only reason you do is to power this piston right here when you need it. So, what we're going to have to do is place a block here, then block here, just like this. It should look like this. Then you're going to place redstone dust, just like that. Go a block up, then place a block here, just like this, and then place 2 right here, and you should leave that final piston open. Then you should probably remove this piston just temporarily, just so you can place your observer. Might take a second. There. And then you can replace your sticky piston. The reason I told you to remove it is because it will activate if you place it wrong. Actually, you're going to need to keep it off for a second. You're going to need to place 1 redstone dust on top. Sorry about that, but you're just going to want to do that. Then you can replace your sticky piston. The reason you do that is so that it doesn't activate it, and then this stair is over here now. Just for that reason. It wouldn't have broken anything. It's just weird. So just do that. Then place redstone dust right here. Place a 3-tick repeater here, and then 2 4-tick repeaters. Right there. And your activation should be done. So all you're going to have to do, flick the lever. May have to flick it twice because I've flicked it twice. But you'll see. Voila! Your opening is working. Now, I'm going to explain the rules on how you can make your secret base. So, you cannot make it using this section here. Unless you use a ladder. Because then you can use this. But, the reason you can't really use this section, well, you can for storage, but you can't use past this section, is because the redstone. You'll see redstone torch there. It needs the block, so you can't do it there. But you can do whatever you want on these 3 right here. So whatever you choose, you can place whatever you want there, as long as it doesn't interfere with this. So that's all you'll need for your secret base part. But now we can actually get onto the closing of the door. So now we're on the home stretch. We've got one thing left to do, the closing of the door. Now, you may want to actually test out your door before you build this closing segment, because that part is the hardest part to get down. The hardest by far. This part is so simple. All you're actually going to need for this whole thing is, well, 1 part for me, but you're going to need a bunch of blocks, 9 pistons, 6 repeaters, and 24 redstone dust. And then you're going to want the staircase over here. Then you're going to build basically the same thing that you did on this side with the pistons on this side. So block here, place the pistons. Then block here, place the pistons. Make sure they're all facing that way. And actually, you're going to leave this block because we're going to use it like that. And then place blocks there. Then 2 blocks there. 2 blocks there. And then you're going to come to this side. Place 2 blocks here. 2 blocks here. Then place blocks here. Just like that. And then we can place redstone dust all the way down to here. Block here. And then redstone dust into this. Now, if you want to, you can test it out. So you just grab a lever, and you'll see that it works. They don't all have to retract. They just have to get to this point. And the reason is because this side will actually push them in. So you actually get to do less work for this. And we actually shortcutted it by doing this one, so because this one actually powers the middle one and this one. So easier on both sides. Now, you just have to find a way to get it all the way to this point. Now, if you want to follow me, it should be pretty easy. Just dig this section out until you're in line with the thing right there. You're going to place redstone dust, dig underneath. Maybe not go that far, but
place redstone dust, dig down one more, and whatever fits your need of getting it there. But you are going to need at least one repeater. I would set it to probably around 4 ticks. Or, well, you know what? Set it to 2 ticks. It doesn't matter what ticks it is. Just don't set it to a high amount for both of these because you're actually going to need another repeater right here with a 3-tick repeater or 1 tick if you so choose. Do not go any higher, otherwise you may cause problems. Then just bring the redstone all the way to your redstone torch, just like that. And you can fill in the rest, just like this. Cover this up. Fill this in. And don't cover this block. Cover these. And you can actually, if you want to, build the rest of your room. So, build this entire room. It's up to you. I'm not a builder, so I'm not actually going to finish the room. But if you want to test it out, now you can click your lever, and you'll see that it'll work. You may have to click it twice because remember, we did flick a lever over here. If you flick that lever over there to test it, you're going to want to flick it twice, just so you can see this. Then, when you want to open it, you just flick the lever. And voila! You've got yourself a staircase door and a cool hidden base. So, as I said, dig down here, build your base, do whatever you want down here. I can't go too much further, but you guys can absolutely go further because this is a super flat world. I can't go any further. So you have your base, then there, and voila.
And there you go. Now all you have to do after you've built your base is build the top. Now you are limited to this area right here, so you have to keep up like this until you reach this area, and then you can build down as much as you want. But other than that, you can build up whatever you want. And there you go. And once you have all that done up there, then you're done with your door. So with that, that's all I have for you today. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Helps out the channel a lot and tells me you want more videos like this. Also, if you have any tutorial requests that you want, leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to get to them as fast as possible if we can. But other than that, that's all we have. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!